What's up, everybody? This is Fred Richani of TSC News here in the bitter, cold Northeast. I'm battling a cold here. And we had 4 NFL teams battle to advance to the divisional round in the AFC and the NFC as part of the first night of NFL Wild Card Weekend. And believe it or not 1, but 2 road teams got the win. First off, let's recap the game that just occurred here on NBC. The defending NFC Champion Atlanta Falcons, who are the number 6 seed, finished 10-6, got into the playoffs on the last day of the season. They defeated the Los Angeles Rams 26-13 at the LA Coliseum. Reigning MVP Matt Ryan went 21 for 30, 218 yards, a touchdown, no picks, quarterback rating of 102. Jared Goff didn't do as well. 24 out of 45, 259 yards, had a touchdown, but was sacked 3 times and had a rating of 78, which was not good. However, the running game for the Rams shined. 14 carries for Todd Gurley, 101 yards, no touchdowns. And the Atlanta Falcons actually combined between Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman, Julio Jones, and Matt Ryan had a total of 124 rushing yards. So they actually had a few more rushing yards than the 115 that the Rams put up. But the Falcons, they were just clutch on offense. They were clutch on defense. They were the more experienced team. At times, I feel like playoff experience is more of a state of mind because a long time ago, a guy named Tom Brady was not really experienced in the playoffs, and he led a team to a Super Bowl. We've seen in the past, Joe Flacco back in the day when he was a rookie, leading the Ravens deep into the playoffs. I feel like the playoffs are state of mind, right? It's about matchups. It's about mindset. Obviously, it's about coming up in the clutch, and I feel like these Rams just seemed too young and too inexperienced for the moment. The coach as well, the young coach, but I think they'll be back next year. I mean, this is a tough division. You would hope that a guy like Jared Goff will learn from this moment and only grow, because you look around, you don't know what the hell's going to happen with the Seattle Seahawks and all the turmoil with the offense and the defense. You don't know what's going to happen with the Cardinals. Bruce Arians retires. Carson Palmer retires. Who knows Larry Fitzgerald's future and everything going on there. The NFC West, in my humble opinion, is still wide open. Hell, Jimmy Garoppolo, assuming he stays with the Niners, and Coach Shanahan doing some big things there, finishing the season strong. So Rams, I think they'll be all right. They've got a nice young nucleus, but they better come back stronger next year and try to reload, because the NFC West, I think, is only going to get tougher. As for the Atlanta Falcons, they had a tough road to the playoffs and arguably the toughest division. They got through it, and I think they can match up with anybody. Who do you trust? The Philadelphia Eagles backup quarterback Nick Foles, a.k.a. Napoleon Dynamite, or Matt Ryan? I'll take Matt Ryan. The Minnesota Vikings quarterback Case Keenum, who's had a stellar season, but one stellar season in his career, or Matt Ryan? I'll take Matt Ryan. Do you trust Drew Brees or Matt Ryan? In that battle, I trust Drew Brees. In the battle of Cam Newton and Matt Ryan, you can flip a coin. But it's wide open. And the thing is, if the Falcons do advance all the way to the NFC Championship game, and they do face off against one of the NFC South teams, I mean, anything can happen, man. Anything can happen. But I think the NFC right now is wide open, whereas in the AFC, I don't think it's going to be too unpredictable. I think it's probably going to be the Patriots or the Steelers. If I had a gun in my head, I'd say the Patriots. And as far as the AFC goes, look, the Rams lost. It was a sad loss for them. First playoff appearance in well over a decade. But hey, they made progress this season. But the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's a team that, at the very least, should win one playoff game this year, right? They're a team under former Super Bowl head coach Andy Reid. Didn't win a Super Bowl, but came close against the Patriots back in 2004. Now he's here. He's been in Kansas City for 5 years now. Alex Smith, a lot of speculation on his future. They drafted the rookie Patrick Mahomes. They want Mahomes to eventually start and be the heir apparent and be the guy that could take the Chiefs to the next level for the first time in God knows how long. And, well, things did not go well for the Chiefs because, believe it or not, the Titans, who are pretty damn inept in a lot of ways, found a way to win at Arrowhead. They won 22-21 over the Chiefs on the road. Marcus Mariota did not have that great of a game. 19 for 31, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had a pick. He had an overall QB rating of 88.8. But it's not just about the stats. It's about the intangibles. This kid, this former top draft pick, brought it. He threw a touchdown pass that he caught himself, which bounced off the defender, and he caught and ran into the end zone. He threw a freaking block. I mean, this guy did it all. And yeah, this was not a great game for him. Okay. Statistically, this was not a great game for him. Statistically, this was not a great regular season for him. But when it mattered most, the kid stepped up. He did his thing, and he helped lead his team to victory. Speaking of leading a team to victory, Derrick Henry, 23 carries, 156 yards, and a touchdown. His longest run being 35 yards. This dude was out of his mind tonight. Now, Kansas City, I'm going to read you some stats here that are going to blow your mind. So, Alex Smith, statistically, once again, in a playoff game for the Chiefs that ends in heartbreak, had a pretty good game. 24 for 33, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns, also had 4 carries for 13 yards. Overall quarterback rating, 116.2. Kareem Hunt, who was one of the best players in the league this year. Well, this past year, I guess. 11 carries, 42 yards, and a touchdown. I'm going to read that again. Kareem Hunt, maybe the rookie of the year, had 11 carries. Forget the yardage. 11 carries in the entire game. Now, I know Travis Kelce went down. He had a touchdown earlier in the game. But think about this. Going into the third quarter, the Chiefs had a 21-3 lead. The Titans, on top of scoring all these unanswered points, also effed up not one, but 2 two-point conversions. And yet the Chiefs still could not get out of their own way, could not manage the clock properly. Does that sound familiar? Could not score enough points when it mattered most to beat a team that has not been in the playoffs for 10 years. What? The Chiefs just choked here. That's just as simple as that. The Chiefs just choked. There's plenty of blame to go around. And it's a shame that Andy Reid, who statistically is a great coach, will be forever known as a guy based on his shortcomings rather than his success. But, man, NFL is about what have you done for me lately? And, you know, it's one thing when the Eagles went to, 4 or 5 NFC Championship games, went to a Super Bowl back when he was in Philly. It's a whole nother thing when you're in Kansas City and you haven't even sniffed at least a championship game. So I don't know what the future holds for Andy Reid. I think the future holds free agency or a trade for Alex Smith. I could see Alex Smith, going somewhere where, there's plenty of teams that need a quarterback. You never know. Let's see what happens with Blake Bortles tomorrow. Maybe Blake Bortles stinks up the joint and they decide, hey, we need Alex Smith in Jacksonville. Maybe he goes to the Browns. That actually wouldn't be a bad fit. He's a guy that doesn't turn the ball over a lot. He's very efficient. Good game manager at times. Can make big plays. Can run the ball. You draft a quarterback highly. You put him behind him. I think that would be a nice bridge for the Browns. Then again, the Browns have a knack for kind of bringing everybody underneath their level. So we'll see what happens. But if this is Alex Smith's last game as a Chief, it's an unfortunate end. But, man, Titans getting the freaking win. Up next, we got Buffalo and Jacksonville. I actually could see Buffalo winning this game. Now, Jacksonville's defense is a killer. But again, 2 words. Blake Bortles. He's like Jekyll and Hyde. He looks good. Media's writing about him. Oh, Blake Bortles, he might be for real. Next week, hold my beer. And then he just throws the ball, interception, yada, yada, yada. We'll see what happens there. And then, of course, the big matchup, the marquee matchup, in my humble opinion, of the weekend on Fox. Carolina at New Orleans, 2 bitter division rivals. This game is going to be chippy. This game is going to be physical. I think this game is going to be close, and I cannot wait. But, folks, I want to hear from you. What did you think about this NFL wildcard weekend so far? What do you think about the upcoming games? What do you think about Alex Smith's future? What do you think about Jon Gruden becoming the Oakland Raiders head coach, soon to be Las Vegas Raiders, and apparently getting a 10-year, $100 million deal? Has everybody forgotten what his former Bucs player said about him when he left? I'm not saying he can't still be a good coach, but Simeon Rice, a lot of these guys from the Bucs, they did not have nice things to say about these guys. And these were Hall of Fame guys saying this about Gruden. Google it, kids. Just saying. Also, you might want to Google his playoff record following that Super Bowl win over the Raiders back in the day. You might find a big fat 0. But that's another story for another day. Folks, let me know what you think by leaving a comment below. Tweet us, Facebook us, do what you got to do. If you enjoyed this NFL update, please like, share, take care. Thank you so much for supporting us by buying our Teespring t-shirts. If you haven't already, visit teespring.com/TSC-news-gear or just click on the link in the description. And until next time, as always, enjoy the games and don't forget to subscribe.